Alright guys, here it is. Swinging fucking face. We're going face! We're going face! Well, assuming that this isn't a spy. So, let's just try it. Welcome everybody. This is Rev Games. We are going to be playing Warrior. I'm pissed. I need to beat some fucking faces in. That's what this is about today. I have had quite a strange week. It's been about a week where things have been strange, so we're just going for the face. We're just going to swing at face, take our anger out on some DB dudes. Before we get started, just as a reminder, it's always helpful if you sub, leave a comment, or like. Any of those are greatly appreciated. But yeah, really, this is going to fit my mood today, and we're playing a warrior deck. I really just have had a lot of weird shit going on this week. I won't get into too much of it, but like the big thing was I got called for jury duty. And if you haven't been called for jury duty before, you basically get like a number, and I got a really high number, so and then you call like an automated line the night before to see if you have to come in for the selection process of jury duty. I was like, yeah, there's no fucking way that I'm gonna get called for jury duty. I have a pretty high number, so I called, and I got pulled in for jury duty and for the selection process at least. And then the selection process is basically you sit in this hall, or depending on the size of the town you live in. I live right outside, at least, a very, very large city. Not very, very large, but a large city, like one of the bigger ones. And we had like basically this big town hall, and it's like 100, 150 people, and they ask you a series of questions on like if you know any police officers or you know anyone involved in the case, and yada yada yada. And they whittle it down to 12 jurors and 2 alternate jurors. So out of 14, there's 14 people basically that get selected out of 100 or 150. I don't know exactly how many people were there. And in the selection process, they like take you back and ask you like all these different questions. They basically interrogate you if you say yes to any of the questions, but a lot of the questions were like, do you have a criminal record? And I don't, luckily. Like, do you have family, like direct family with like criminal records, or that his is a police officer, which I don't either. And like they were like, and I'm thinking, sitting in my seat, I'm like, I gotta get out of this. Like this is taking for fucking ever. And I was there for like half the day, and answered some of the questions. They pulled me back in the room, and like the judge starts interrogating me, and I guess I wasn't biased enough, so they pull you up in front of everyone, and they're like, does the defense have any objections to this juror? And the defense either says, we respectfully decline, or no, we have no objections. And then they do the same for the prosecution. So they bring us all up like one by one, and they basically stop once they get to 14 people, and I was number 13. So I was just pissed. And like I stand up and I'm like, please object, please object. I want to fucking go home. And they selected me. So I'm like, okay, I'm unlucky. I got unlucky like with the number calling. I got unlucky because I guess I didn't come off as biased enough, or I don't have enough like criminals in the family, or don't know any judges or anything like that. And then I go, and then they're like, all right, we're going to start the proceedings today for this case. So you got to drive up to the courthouse, park your car, and we're going to start at like whatever it was, like 2:30 or something like that. And I had been there since 8:30 in the morning. So then we get in the courtroom, and I can't say anything about the case just for like actual legal purposes, but it was not like a traffic violation case. And it was like we had to watch and this took this now it's taking multiple days, by the way. Like multiple days to get through this shit. But like cops, um like with body cam footage we have to watch. We have to go through like the 911 call, like evidence of a fucking weapon and shit. I'm like, oh my fucking god. And it was a huge nightmare. And then one of the witnesses gets up on there like, I don't want to testify. I don't want to testify. And then they have to like bring us in like and shove all the jurors in this little ass room and like wait till they get that all sorted out for like an hour and a half. It's just been bad, man. It's been real bad. But the good news is it's over. So I am happy about that. But it's just like the the crazy part about all this is like for a case like this isn't like, oh, like, my neighbor accidentally like ran over my plants and I want to sue them. Like it's not shit like that. Like this is an actual criminal case. I cannot believe like how much it's like movies and shit. Like it literally is like the movies. Like there's all this like storytelling and they like approach the jury and like the defense and the prosecution are telling like the exact opposite things. They're like, they were never there that day at all. They're gonna tell you this, this, and like they're basically both just trying to tell like their own stories. Like I could not believe it. Like I'm glad I got the experience, but it's like I'm glad I got to see what it was, and then also the importance of having a good lawyer if you ever do get into trouble. Like don't cheap on the lawyer. Like my fucking god. Like dude, the defense was like you could tell a little bit newer he wasn't bad or anything, but the prosecution that was trying to prosecute this dude was a fucking shark. This dude was quick. He was consistent. He was like just I would if I were he would try to prosecute me, I would be shitting my pants. So lesson learned, don't get into trouble, I guess. Um, second, try to get out of jury duty, and third, get a good lawyer if you do get into trouble. So here is what we're going to be playing here today. This is a pretty standard warrior list except for the spies. Um, and there's no magician of faith anywhere in here, but that's whatever. I've just been testing rush recklessly. 3 is of course probably too much, but I kind of just want to see the card for the purposes of play testing, and haven't really found it to be that good or bad so far. I thought it was going to be worse, but really what you do with this is you just are able to get in damage with Kaiku and get over stuff much more often. You can get like if you're unfamiliar with like how attack declarations work, you can have somebody attack your Don Zalug and then ask them if they want to proceed to the damage step. Pardon me. And if they do, you can pump Rush Recklessly up so that Don becomes um, 23. And wait, did I just do math that bad? 21. Sorry. 21, and then can like hit over whatever attacks into it, or vice versa. So like if you attack with something like Kaiku, if they don't have anything on attack declaration, then you can activate this in the damage step. And you want to wait till the last possible moment, because if you activate it prior to then, they can activate something in the battle step. So it goes attack declaration, battle step, damage step, and then all the subsequent steps of the damage step, like damage calc and stuff like that. But it really just is to get your opponent to get tricked into attacking into something and then having to trade into it, being able to get over problematic cards with fad butts like Gravekeeper Spy, being able to pick cards out of hand and trade over stuff with Donzalug, and then being able to resolve Kaikus a little bit more frequently. The other few things I'll mention with this card are that Blade Knight, you can attack into a set monster, and you can activate Rush recklessly after it's been flipped. So let's say this is the only monster on board because you want to negate a flip effect monster, but you're unsure if it's Magician of Faith or Gravekeeper Spy or maybe a bluffed Serpent, but you summon Blade Knight, you attack. They'll flip over, let's just say a Gravekeeper Spy, and you can then, in um, the damage step, activate Rush recklessly and get over it and negate it. So yeah, it's a really cool trick. Um, and it makes it a lot less punishing just like blindly attacking into a spy and not having to call as many bluffs. So I think that's pretty cool. The other thing with Rush Recklessly that's pretty good is you can just bluff with it. So like once they see Rush Recklessly once or twice, you can attack with something and then like ask if there's anything in like leading up to the damage step, or if you get attacked and vice versa. So it can just be a good bluff to have. The other one thing I'll say on this is that it can put your opponent on a clock that it's a little bit faster than they think. So like for example, if you're really low on cards and you have a Kaiku and your opponent has 4,000 life points, they think they're on a 3-turn clock, but it could end up being just a 2-turn clock. Did I say 3-turn or 4? If they have, sorry, again, it's been a long week, but if they have 4,000 life points, they're on a 3-turn clock, but it could be a 2-turn clock if you have a rush recklessly. Everything else is pretty standard, other than the Zing mained. I actually like this in the main more, even though it might be dead at times, and people are going to chain stuff to it. What's cool about this is if they see a Zing game 1, they will start playing around Zing pretty heavily if they can afford to. I mean, they sometimes just have to play into it, but they usually will just start setting 1, and then that's when you side in the other dust tornadoes, and then you just basically pull the switcheroony on them, and your dust tornadoes can kind of just pick stuff off one at a time. And it's again a negative information thing, which is that like if they're playing around a card that's not there and they never see it, that gives you a huge advantage. It gives you sometimes even more of an advantage than actually resolving this on 2 cards, which is really cool. But that's it. Like, I don't think there's much else to explain. I'm just experimenting with stuff like this, which has some natural synergies with Rush. This, which I think is just a cool card. So I'm going to clip this, and then we're going to jump into ladder. All right, here we go. And with that paper, and with them skizzers. All right. I haven't played like that much at all this week, so I'm gonna have to really focus. Oh my God, dude, what in the fuck is this hand? All right, I'm just I don't want to let them know what we're on yet because we're gonna have a hard time winning with this kind of hand unless they just like blatantly overcommit. We want to beat some fucking faces in, but like unless they blatantly overcommit. Oh my God. This is what you get with live gameplay sometimes, you know? Um, we kind of have to play into whatever he's setting here, so I mean remove whatever he's setting here, so I just have to go for the heavy like 1 for 1. Um, and hope this is not spy. Wow. I should have called turn player priority there, but I don't think it matters. Well, obviously it didn't matter, but there's a lot of chainable stuff in what seems to be Chaos Turbo. Um, but we're gonna set this anyway. Actually, you know what? Nah, I don't care if it's chainable. Fucking go for it. I'm surprised how well this game is turning out, considering our hand was just like brick central with a bunch of monsters. Usually you want to like get 1 or 2 monsters in your opener and then just a bunch of back row. That's fucking stupid. I hate free pluses like that. Just not fun to go up against. And just going for it, dude. That was a lucky top deck. Oh my god, the lag. When it like I hate when somebody takes an action and it lags you so it like removes the menu. You know what I mean? So I gotta think. So this is a 2,000 each. So um wait, what? Yeah. All right, we beat his face in. Oh, what stupid gameplay. Um, he didn't see Zing. I don't want Zing even at all though. He's gonna, well, he's, let's think about what he's gonna be siding in. So he's gonna side in. Wait, why is Torrential on my side? I don't know. Um, wait, where the, oh, Call the Haunted's in here. It's been a while since I've looked at this deck list, by the way, but let's just get in the mind cons. This is probably not gonna be, I don't know. So he's gonna side in Saku's. So I don't really think we want that much spell and trap removal here. Or does that mean we want, I think I said that backwards. We probably want a little bit more. I don't know. I feel like we want less spell and trap removal, honestly. It's like, what else are we gonna? Nah, yeah, we actually do want to keep that. Mirror Force goes out. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. We definitely want a little bit more spell and trap removal. I don't think we can afford to side in more, but we don't want less. Maybe what I was trying to get at there. This is a better hand, because we can just set Spy, and even if he noblemans it, it's not bad for us. This guy's drawing pretty well too, which is surprising. We haven't drawn Dust Shoots, we haven't drawn any Trinity. He's opened Trinity both games and a Serpent. So, and our fucking Don hit his Night Assailant. So, kind of surprised he lost. Right. Set another back row, please. Um, I'm very, very. I don't think Don ever connects here. I really don't. So we're gonna set Spy, and then we're gonna set the Zinger, the Ringer, and that's it. Okay. I have a read that has to be something that removes an attacker. So if we can get him to set one more, and then we can zing him for two, that'd be really good. So his hand Serpent, two Thunder Dragons. Sets, please set a back row. Do it, do it, do it. Yes. That's really not a big deal, honestly. I should have said keep. Well, it didn't matter because actually he can't activate that. Um, what are the chances that he set something that's like big? I think they're quite low. So Blade Knight's offline anyway. 14 isn't that much. Well, we could get this up to 2,000, but if it's Gravekeeper or Spy, we're punished either way. So, all right, guys, here it is. Swinging fucking face. We're going face. We're going face. Well, assuming that this isn't a spy. So, let's just try it. Ooh, we're gonna hit hand. All right, and we get to hit something that's not a serpent. Come on, dude. Oh wait, did he not have any flips? He didn't have any flips. Okay. So we know this hand's two Thunder Dragons, which we didn't hit, which is good. He's probably going to try to set a board blow up, so we want that. I don't think it's worth setting the call just because heavy is a massive punish here. Just really got to start. Oh, that's brutal. It's so brutal. I don't think you can realistically play around that, to be honest. We are setting everything. We just basically have to. So we know hand is going to be Serpent, two Thunder Dragons. We're gonna wait for him to add back Serpent, and we'll probably pitch that. I don't know though. Oh my god, dude, this dude's draws are fucking nuts. Look at this fucking hand. We're about to get absolutely murdered. By the way, like we don't win this. Um, what's the grave look like? So he's live either way. Um, we gotta get the Sork out of there. Jesus. Oh, we are screwed, man. Is there anything I want to do in the end phase? No. Um, what we do want to do though is activate this. Hope he doesn't do anything. We are also gonna have to just basically we're gonna have to play into Mirror Force. We can't afford not to play into Mirror Force, so let's do Exile. I want to make sure I'm targeting Don. Yeah, it's special summon. There we go. Torrential. That's a punish, and that's gonna be game. Oh my god, go to grave, Jesus. Alright, so we know he has Serpent in hands. That's all we have a read on. That's fortunate. Um, we probably should have banished one of the spies, but I don't think it fucking matters, to be honest. So this is obviously Serpent. If we attack and he kills this, we're gonna lose anyway, I feel like. So this is shut off. This is, we don't know yet. It could be anything. It could be a bluff. It could not be a bluff. But I think we're far enough behind where we're not going to win by just banishing one every turn. So we're just going to YOLO this and hope it pays off. I think this is the correct play. Yeah, almost certain it's the correct play. It's probably going to blow up in our face, quite frankly, but um, mm, that definitely complicates things. We're still playing into it though. Very interesting. So we know that's a serpent, which we don't care about. That's probably something that's good. Um, so yeah, that was worth the banish. We just basically have to keep banishing until we can go for a game shot, which we just got. Well, so much for rush recklessly. Um, wow. Surprised we won that. I guess just swinging face. It works. Woo! I actually do feel a little bit better now, guys. Sometimes you just gotta beat some faces, guys, you know? I don't know what to say about it, man. I don't know if there's really much to reflect on this game. I think we did play to our outs, which was what did how did he lose this? I mean, we got a really lucky top deck with BLS, and we got a lucky top deck with Nobleman, but dude, this opener is just nuts. Like, so you go Graceful Charity, you pitch a Serpent, you have Thunder Dragon plus Card Destruction plus Serpent, you got Spies, you had a double kill with Tribe on a free Serpent. I don't know, man. I'm not sure how you lose that. I mean, I feel like we did get lucky. We got very lucky. We even top ticked the Nobleman this game too, but whew, like if you basically went through all of these cards and like went through our graveyards both games and said who wins this, I'd say like 80% of people would say yeah, the Warrior loses like every time. Like we just won this by the skin of our teeth. Like this was insane. I don't really think there's much to take away from this. We kind of only won because we got lucky. We got some really nice top decks, despite our opponent overall drawing way better than us. Like these are near unwinnable games, both of them. Just like based on the way we drew, we just happened to draw the right card at the right time. Trying to think back, like did we misplay at all? I don't think. Like some people might say like committing the spies was a misplay, like plus the Don, like that wasn't a misplay. Like he just had tribe, and if he has tribe, he has tribe, which he did. Game one, I think I think maybe rather than thinking about misplays, we have to maybe think in this case what we did properly, which was the last 3 turns of this game. If we would have played it any slower, we would have lost probably. So I think it was correct that we went for Mystic Swordsman level 2 and the attack and just said, hey, we have to go for game every turn. Because I think the longer the game lasts, the more likely it is we're going to lose. But I'm really not sure um, what else to say about this other than thanks for watching, guys. And I will catch you later. Hopefully not in court.